Hello guys and welcome to my YouTube channel Custom Viking. Today guys is about 4 knife brands I really like and pros and cons with these knife brands or companies, if you can say so. But as you can see, I have lined up here with some big knives, and this is the cold steel, and this is a work tough gear and tops, and from Shade Indonesia. And I will take them one by one and talk a little bit about why I love them, and again the pros and cons with these companies there, and also why I have many knives from these 4 companies here. Yes, first I will start with cold steel. This is just to represent the cold steel. There could be any cold steel knife, but this was the first one that I grabbed. And also I have made a review on all these knives here, so you can go down in my videos and see the reviews on this awesome badass knives. So that's something to consider. And again, all these companies here make some different knives, and you can pick one that suits you best. Small knife, large knife, chopper, machete, or what else you want. And yeah, let's go on. I will start with the cold steel guys. The cold steel has been for many years, and you know, Lynn Thompson started all and sold it out and something. But I still like cold steel. I think cold steel is a brand that come with some, what can you say, extreme knives, also extreme folders. And that's something the other brands here is not so good enough to make folders, or have not made so many folders. And I don't think Work Tough Gear any have made a folder. No, I don't think so. But cold steel, if you can't, let's say you want to buy a knife and you go to Cold Steel's homepage, you can find a knife who suits you with no worries. You can get big katanas, you can get small folding knives, you can get big folding knife, you can get badass blades, military blades, you can get them all. So they have a good variety of different blades, if you can say so. And there are something more I really think I really like with cold steel. They are not afraid to do something crazy. So that's why they sometimes make a, what can you say, a big knife and or a big folding knife, and people think, oh, that's a that's a pocket sword. Sorry guys, for I have something in my a little bit flu in my throat. But they're not afraid to do it, and in somehow they get sold. So and there are something more with the cold steel I really love, that there's not so good with these brands here, that if cold steel make, let's say, a knife like this, the Drop Force Survivalist, and you see it 4 or 5 years after it come out, you can buy it. You can easily find a homepage who have this knife here, so you can buy it, because they put a good amount of batches out, so you have opportunity to buy a knife you see and like. And that's something that is a little bit cons on these other brands here. And and I think that is awesome when you find something you like and you can just search for it and you find it and you can buy it. And that's something I think that is really good with cold steel. Yeah, and there's much more to say about cold steel, but that will be for now, because it will not take so long time this video here. And we're going to Work Tough Gear. Work Tough Gear is among my top 3 best knife company in the whole world. And that's because this is a small company placed in Taiwan, and they make some awesome knives, guys. You know me, I am a hiking dude. I hike a lot, and I will say for the last 3 or 4 years, I have always have a Work Tough Gear knife with me when I go out for hiking, or small or big knife. They really make some good quality, and they're not afraid to make some experiment with steels, SK85, Boiler 329 steel, I think it calls, and also some different steels. And they have a good heat treatment. I have never had an issue with a Work Tough Gear knife. I have bent one. I have also bent the tip of one, but just bend it back and it is good to go again. And if you have seen my review, guys, you know I test them hard. I throw them as a spear, stand on the knife and all that jazz. So I really give them a hard test. But Work Tough Gear, they have some, what can you say, cons also, because when they send something out, they make small batches. So you can say for the company wise, when you send out 200 or 300 batches, they are easily sold out, and that's awesome for the company, if you can say so. But if you, example, see this video here and watch this knife and think, oh, what is this knife? It's really look awesome. I could really think to buy that, and that is the ATL XL. You go on the homepage and they're sold out, and you never know where they are coming a new batch. If they are coming a new batch, you don't know. But they have a Facebook homepage. I think it's called now Work Tough Gear. God damn it, I can't remember. It will come to me. But it is a Facebook homepage, and you can search for it there, and maybe someone have it, and you can buy it of him or her if you want this knife. But you can't find it anywhere because they are easily sold out. Some other DLT Trades and Lamnia or some other companies out there have this knife also from them, so maybe you will get lucky to find it. But if you see some Work Tough Gear knife, they are 6 months old or 1 year or older than that, the probable chance for to buy one is very small. And that's something, if you can say, I'm not saying I don't like it, but it is a cons, if you can say so, in that matter. And one thing more I really like with the Work Tough Gear knife, that is they have designers from all over the world. You don't have to be some big YouTuber or big man or something to design something for Wiglin. And Wiglin also sometimes give a little personal touch when he sends something out. He can write you a letter, or he appreciate. For myself, example, I am a small channel, but when I buy something from Work Tough Gear, he always sends something extra with me so I can test out, and he appreciates my testing of his knife. So that's something that is awesome. And you talk to the man himself. I bet, I know if you want to talk to the leader in this company here or this company, that is not so easy to get around that. So that's something I think that's really awesome. And Wiglin, he is an awesome dude. I have ride with him also a little bit, and maybe have something going on with him. I don't know yet. And yeah, the quality of the knife is 10 out of 10. They're really awesome with the heat treatment, and they make some good handles and good sheets. And you get a good package when you buy a knife from them. You can say they are also now do a little bit experiment with the blade finish. You can get some tiger stripes, you can get some camouflage, you can get some different things. That's also something that I think that is really awesome in that matter. And again, I can go on with Work Tough Gear. They have some really, and they also will take chances to do some different knife shapes or something like that. So they are not so crazy like example with the Shade Indonesia, something like that. But they are really not afraid to do something crazy also, and that's really awesome. And again, guys, I will say probably with, because this is a different company type, but these three here, they're really, I don't know if they see all the reviews, but they see reviews on YouTube, and they listen to the customers. And if many have said that this knife here, I have mentioned several times, this is a handle heavy, but they will not change that because I say it. But if there maybe are 50 or 100 said, I really like this knife, but it's handle heavy, they will change it to the next generation 2 or 3 in this knife there. So they listen to the customers, and that I know Cold Steel do that also. So that's something that I really appreciate on that. But the pros, awesome knives. You can buy really good quality there. The cons, if you are not quick, guys, it will be sold out. And also again, if you see a knife like that in 2 or 3 years, you think, oh, that's awesome, I am new in the knife community, and the chance to get a knife like that is not so lucky. And again, if you break the knife, or if you lose the knife or something, and you think, oh, this is my best knife in the whole world, I really want a new one, it is not so easy to get a new one. So you have to have that in your mind. Also, when I buy the Woodcraft Chancho, I buy 2 of them because I know I would like that knife. So if somehow I should lose it or something, I know I have extra of them. So that's something. And price-wise, you can say Cold Steel. You can get pricey knife from Cold Steel, but also they are a budget-friendly knife company. This is not the cheapest knife in the whole world, but they are budget-friendly with their knives. And that's also the case with the Worktough gear. I think you get the best box for your money with the Worktough gear, because that is quality, guys. That's a really quality craftsmanship. But I almost think every man can afford a Worktough gear knife, because I know Wigglin try to hold the price down. So yeah. Okay, guys, Tuff knives. Tuff knives has been around for ages, and I own many Tuff knives. One of my favorite knives for many years was the Tahoma field knife, and that was an awesome knife. It has now retired, and it hang on my wall, and I don't think I'll ever use it again. Not because I don't like it, but I have so many good memories in that knife, and it deserves to be retired. And also there are so many upcoming knife, and someone, what can you say, who work around knife like me all the time, I get inspired and change my perspective of knife all the time. Sometimes I like big chunky knife, I want them, and other times I want some smaller knife. So that changes all the time. So yeah. Tuff Knife Company. They also make good quality knives, and you can say the company are of course bigger than the Worktough gear, but it's a little bit the same with Tuff knives. They make more batches, and I have no doubt about that. But also in that case, if you see this knife here now, I think you can, the Tuff Lilith is an awesome knife. See my review on it, guys. It's designed by Jason Johnson. I have to mention that. The AKA Pro Knife Thrower. This is an awesome, badass knife, guys. If anything happen in the whole world, I will grab this knife and all the time. This is really an awesome knife. And it still feels like a knife, even if it is that big here. Yeah, back to the company again, guys. Tuffs make more batches of the knife, no doubt about it. I think also they sell more knives than the Worktough gear does. But there's a little bit the same cases with the Tuff knives. If you see a knife that are 2 or 3 years old and you think, oh, that's awesome, I want to buy it, it can be difficult to find, because Tuffs also make many different knives. So of course they have to make knife like that and other knife, and when they have sold this, you have to make some others, and that's why they are a little bit, let's say you can never buy it again, but they are a little bit behind. And something more I really like with Tuffs, they are not afraid to take some old knife, if they have made a knife for 15 years ago, and stop making it, let's say for 5 years ago, and people ask for that knife again. Tuffs are not afraid to make a new batches, or you can say they make the same knife with a little bit upgrade, maybe a better steel or a different handle or something, but probably the same knife. And I have seen that a couple of times. That's something I think that is awesome. And they are not afraid to show their business out. There are many videos on YouTube who people visit Tuffs and go around in the company, and they will be shown around and show how the knife has been made or something. I think is something good. What can you say? Customer appreciation, if you can see something like that. And we can say the pros, not the pros, the cons with this tops was a little bit behind sometime with to making the knife. So you have to wait if you want to buy a knife that is 2 or 3 older, 2 or 3 years old or older than that. But you can buy them. You can buy them. Of course, all of these knife makers here have knives that don't make anymore, except this guy here. But so that's why you can say this is the way it is. And the pros, guys, tops were I think they were some of the first who really could make some differential heat treatment on the knife. That will say on this edge there are one type of heat treatment, and up here normally this is more hard like here and softer like here. So that's something you have a good flatness and strength in the knife, but also have a very hard sharp edge. And they are really good on that. In some cases this is not the case here, guys, because I have modified this, but in some cases you can really see the blackness and the lightness of the two-tone in the steel when I do the differential heat treatment, and that's something that is also awesome. And tops make some good handles, and they are still not afraid also to make some a little bit crazy things to people like me out there. So that's something that is awesome. I will say, sheet wise, tops are beginning to get there. Work Tough gear always have good sheets, in my opinion, and they also get better to make sheets. But tops were in long time they have these nylon sheets, and they begin to come in with Kydex sheets, and now all of them is almost Kydex sheets. You have really have to buy some old type of knife to not get the Kydex. And if you buy something with from tops and you don't like the sheet, there are so many sheet makers out there now, and you can probably buy, for example, the Predator war buoy. If you buy that and don't like the sheet, you can go on eBay and there are some customizing sheet to buy to that immediately if you want that. So yes, that was a little bit about tops, and again I could talk a lot about tops and knives, because it has really been around me for so many years. I think tops and Cold Steel and Condor is the 3 knife company I have had most knife from, in that matter. If you take all my years I have knives, and you can say, why do I not have Condor knives here? I think because for the last years I think Condor knives is going a little bit behind, but they have made some new knife, and I will check that out, guys, immediately. I can buy it. I will buy this knife, and you can see it when it come here. But I think that maybe will go 2 or 3 months before that knife will be available. So, but that's something Condor have not caught my eye for. So I have followed that when they take out some new machetes or knife or something. But there has not been anything who have caught my eye, and I think, yes, I must have that. But there are something now, and I will buy it. Yes. Okay, and we go here to the Shade Indonesia. Shade in Indonesia is a company who make his own knives. He customize them. He is more an old school knife maker, if you can say that. This is a little bit more handmade knives, and also he makes different types of knives. Also a little bit, a little bit more, not say badass, but you're a little bit more badass fantasy type of knives. But there are something with Shade Indonesia I really like. That is, if you have something in your head that you really want to do, like I have made this knife here, you send him a drawing. You have draw on a paper or a computer or anything like that, and he will put it in his computer and try to load it up, and you can agree how the end result will be, and he can make you the knife of your dreams, guys. And that's something I really think that is awesome. And you can say, are the fit and finish 100% perfect like this knife here? No, it's not, because he is handmaking all these things here. So there will be maybe a little bit disagreement how the thickness in both sides are here. So this is not the perfect knife if you want that. These knives here are more machine made, if you can say so, CNC made. So all of these knives are come out almost exactly the same. And that's also the case with that company and that company. So, but in some cases, I really like the imperfection in knives, if you can say so. And also like when it's perfect. But the imperfection in knives is also something that gives some character, if you can say so. And I have designed now, I think it's around 10 or 12, I can't count anymore, knives from Shade Indonesia. I have not made a review on all of them. They will come. But in some times I have friends who ask me, can you design a knife for me like that? And I talk to Shane. He make a knife and send it to me, and it has always almost been perfect. I only have one problem with Shade Indonesia, with something break out. It was, I think, maybe the first knife from him, the Yakuza. The first time I take it in the stump, it have a big chip here, but there was no problem. I contacted him, and immediately I contacted him. He put some new knife on the board and sent me. There was no problem there, guys. And that's something I think that's also important with these knife companies here. When you contact them, I know if I should share something with Glenn and Shade Indonesia, I think in my, what can you say, experience, that if you contact these two knife companies here, they will send you a knife immediately. Maybe these two companies here, you have to get a little bit writing forth and back and what happened also, and they will of course also ask that question. But there's no problem to get a new knife if you break it in somehow with these two companies here, 100% certain. And that's also something to consider when you talk pros and cons in this knife here. This Shade Indonesia here, he also have a homepage on Instagram and Facebook, but Instagram, I think that is the best place to see what type of knife he can make, and he can really make some crazy knives, and there have been reviews all over the world on his knife, and they are really tough. He make knives in 5160 steel. You can get this one is L6, and I also have a knife in Sledmer steel, and you can get it what you want. And you can say he is a little bit pricey, I think. And also, I think this knife here is around no, not $100. It's around, almost $100 more expensive than this knife here. And you can say, is it worth it? That's up to you, because I have, again, never had an issue. Only that's one issue, and he sent me a new knife immediately. But other than that, I have never had an issue with his knife steels, and I have really test them, guys. You can go down in my videos and see I've really give them some beating and abuse and use them really hard. And that's the case with all these companies here. And also I don't think I have ever breaks. I have a few folders from Cold Steel who have, I could say, when you order a folder, not just a folder, but a knife from Cold Steel, it can be a little bit more, is it sharp, is it not sharp? Do you have a problem with it or not problem? So can it easily chip out or not chip out? So you can say, I know these companies here, it is always the same type of knife you get out, the same quality, if you can say. That's a little bit more twisty with the Cold Steel, and also now when the company is sold. But again, I have many knives from Cold Steel that has never had a problem. And also this one has really abused this knife, and it hold up very good. So all in all, if you can say something, I really like these four companies. just as much, or I don't have a favorite in these companies here. If you can say there are some small favorite here, it will maybe be Work Tough Gear, because there are some awesome small company who really listen to their users, and really appreciate some small channels like me who make reviews on these knives here. And also the case with Shade Indonesia. When you make a review, he put it up on his page and he appreciate you do some reviews. And of course, I know these two companies here are bigger, so they cannot see all and write to all small channels out there. But I think I make a good review on knife guys, and I give them some hard test. I not try to break them, but I try to push them to the limit, and also know when I have done that, I can easily, with good peace of mind, put them in my backpack or what else I want to use them for, and go out and trust them 100%. And that's something I think that is awesome. Yes, there you have it. Cold Steel, Work Tough Gear, Tuff, and Shade Indonesia. These 4 companies here, guys, I really think that I have think of for a while. I want to make a review, not a review. I talk about these companies a little bit, pros and cons, and what you can expect when you buy some knife from them. And that's something that is awesome. And there are something a little bit more I will say about Work Tough Gear in the end here, and that is they are very good to take all the people into a small community, so you feel you are in the group of this Work Tough Gear line setup, if you can say so. Also with their Facebook page that I can't remember what called, but they are very good to, what can you say, also the top makers in I know Sigma Nacho, he have when something just a normal dude post a picture of a Work Tough Gear knife here, he'll always like it. And that's something that is awesome, that you know you are being seen, if you can say so. Also, if you are not, what can you say, I use knife all the times, I do reviews, I work with them, I hike with knife, but also you can just buy a knife and have it just to, you think that is awesome, and never use it and somehow. And you can also be seen in that group. So you can say they are very good to stabilize some small community, so you feel you are in it. And that's something I hope really Work Tough Gear will still do as long they are existing, because that is something that is awesome. Yes, that will be all, guys. I know I have not gone into the depth of these companies here, and I don't have to, because there are many other videos out there, but I really think that these 4 companies here are awesome, and they deserve a little bit shout out, if you can say so. And you can of course do your judgment yourself, but I think that is really awesome in this kind of matter here. Yeah, and I only have one thing more to say: don't go hiking. Go hiking!